Now, Pokemon cards. Let's be real, it is one of the most expensive hobbies that if you do not monitor can get out of hand very quickly. And believe me, I know just how out of hand this hobby can get. I've got personal experience of spending just stupid amounts of money ripping packs and being left super depressed with, what I've pulled. Though one area that a lot of people don't discuss is that some of the cards that are unattainable today were once actually pretty reasonably priced, and knowing when to buy before the hype takes over is an incredibly important part of this hobby. See, there needs to be some sort of confidence in purchasing cards before they boom, and in this video, I'm gonna actually uncover some of the affordable cards today that have chances to grow in the future. So we are focusing on the top 10 budget-friendly Pokemon cards that will boom, so make sure to get these while you can. But guys, I always believe that we live in a benevolent universe, and I actually love seeing people win. So to celebrate the amazing community that's been built throughout this time, I am gifting this incredible BGS10 Regigigas from V-Star Universe. No joke, man, this is a super clean copy. Now, this is available worldwide, and in order to win, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and please comment below and let me know what your favorite Pokemon card is that's under $20, and also share something good that's happened to you this year. I'll read through the comments over the next few weeks, and I will pin the comment when it is selected. Now, this opportunity is possible thanks to my own video production and marketing company, Dream Drop Studio. My journey in filmmaking has been fascinating, and I studied filmmaking at university, and then I devoured hundreds of books and courses on cinematography. Now I've channeled all that knowledge into an easy to follow course designed for aspiring YouTube creators. In this starter course, you will learn how to master beautiful composition with timeless filmmaking principles. You're going to be able to perfect your camera work and understand frame rates, and you're going to nail the essentials of lighting and audio recording. I know starting a YouTube channel can be overwhelming, but this course simplifies the process by sharing my extensive experience in video production. So if you're looking to make an alternative form of income through YouTube, but need help figuring out where to start with filming, audio, and lighting, this course is perfect for you. Plus, as a special perk for my viewers, you can get an exclusive 15% discount code. Just check the description for the code. Now, moving on, let's cover the budget Pokemon cards that may not be so budget friendly within the next few years. Now, starting at number 10 is Koraidon, the Pokemon Center exclusive variation. Now, Gen 9 box legendaries and any box legendary are always good picks. So box legendaries are always winners. Like, no matter where you look, box legendary Pokemon are the Pokemon that make the most impact for a generation. If you are unaware of what a box legendary is, or if you have never heard of the term, it's the legendary Pokemon that are on the game boxes for Pokemon games. Your Holo, Lugia for Pokemon Gold, Palkia and Dialga for Generation 4, or Koraidon and Miraidon for Generation 9. Now, this card is crazy affordable considering it was a Pokemon Center exclusive. If you watch my channel, you know how much I rate Pokemon Center exclusive stamped promos. I honestly see these as modern first edition stamps due to their exclusivity and how they are not so prone to reprints as other products. Also, they are usually the most sought after products, and they really do make a big difference for the collector. Also, trying to score these in high grades is very difficult, so they're really a win-win for the investor mindset. Definitely look at grabbing some of these promos before they grow in price, which, seeing as the way things are going within Sword and Shield, and now Scarlet and Violet is kind of catching up to that, it's only a matter of time. Now, sitting at number 9, it is the Japanese Jigglypuff Masterball Reverse Holo from Japanese 151. Now, firstly, any Masterball Reverse Holos are all incredibly rare, though there is a lot of Masterball Reverse Holos that are super undervalued at the moment, and these are all great picks. Though Jigglypuff is my selection for a few reasons. Most notably, it's because Jigglypuff's status within Pokemon. You see, Jigglypuff is almost like a second tier mascot for Pokemon, and it is a very well represented Pokemon. The Smash Bros series has consistently used Jigglypuff within their franchise, and Jigglypuff is an OG Smash Bros character and was even available as a hidden character back in the first Smash game back in the 90s for the Nintendo 64. For this reason, Jigglypuff has a lot of exposure to generations and most people are aware of it as a Pokemon. And given the scarcity of the pull rates for 151 Master Ball Reverse Holos, it really leaves this as a fantastic purchase. It's also a Generation 1 Pokemon, and these are the most well-known Pokemon. Any Pokemon from 151 will always be sought after. So, seeing as Jigglypuff is a well-known Pokemon that has a cult following and is well represented across different franchises and media, this one can't stay so low for so long. So definitely consider adding it to your collection. Now, moving on to number 8, it is the Pidgey Illustration Rare line. What an amazing artistic approach created by the illustrated Jerky. The trio of these cards are incredible, and these cards are all amazing, and they are super budget friendly. Like, Obsidian Flames actually had very generous pull rates, and these are not that hard to pull. Though one thing people don't really take into consideration when thinking of Obsidian Flames is actually how unappealing the release slot for Obsidian Flames was. It was literally sandwiched in one of the most hectic release schedules of all time, and it had to compete with Japanese 151 being released and English 151 being announced. So a lot of collectors would have just paused on Obsidian Flames, so some of these illustration rare cards will become more scarce as time goes on. The artworks for these nail it, and even though the price may not spike anytime soon, when the prices do spike, they may be an incredible purchase that is welcome within any collection. So definitely keep an eye out for these. Now, number 7 is the Pikachu Illustration Rare from 151. Now, with the amount of illustration rares that come about, sometimes we are so desensitized to unique artworks because we are so heavily inundated with new artworks, and the illustration rares have really given new life to Pokemon, and of course, they make for amazing binder collections. Now, this Pikachu is incredibly affordable, and it is a Pikachu which is one of the golden Pokemon when it comes to investing. When it comes to investing, you need to think of the liquidity of products, and Pikachu will always draw an insane amount of buyers because it's the mascot of the franchise. Pair that with the fact that it's an illustration rare from an iconic set, and you've got a real winner. Pikachu just draws in fans. 151 in general is a great set to take advantage of, and Pikachu is a Pokemon you'll definitely want to add into your collection. So now we've landed on number 6 on the list, and it goes to the Gastly Illustration Rare from Temporal Forces. Now here's the thing, right? It seems illustration rares are in this really weird position. They seem abundant and they don't seem that rare. But to hit a specific illustration rare is like 1 in 480 chance. So that's pretty low odds. I mean, to pull any illustration rare isn't too difficult. If you buy a booster box, you'll probably pull 2 or 3 illustration rares. But to pull a specific illustration rare, that's when the odds start slipping away. And that's exactly why illustration rares can be kind of sneaky with how they rise. Specific illustration rares can rise really quickly because they are in fact actually scarce. This Gastly is an awesome artwork, but more so, it is hard to get this card when it comes to fan favorite cards like Gastly. They are always going to be winning and have a huge audience following. Gastly is a fantastic Pokemon with a real big fan base considering it's a Gen 1 Pokemon, and it is also the first form of Gengar, which is arguably one of the most loved Pokemon to ever exist, and Gengar collectors will no doubt be all over this Gastly. So it's a cool one to be on the lookout for given the price point and what could happen as time goes on. Now, moving on to number 5, it is the Riolu Illustration Rare from Scarlet and Violet base set. What a cool artwork, and again, when looking at these types of cards, we need to look at them through a collector's lens. So when you look at the evolved form Lucario, right? It is an ace Pokemon, and its pre-evo will always attract a following. So Lucario is used in cross-branding. It's within the Smash Bros series, and it was the mascot for Generation 4. People kind of tend to forget that. When you have such a popular Pokemon like Lucario, any connections to it are strong candidates for success. Riolu is a loved mon, and of course being connected to Lucario places it in an awesome position. Though it's not only that, the artwork for this is awesome, and it really showed off Scarlet and Violet base when it was announced. I personally love this artwork and I feel it really pops well, and the card design tells a story which is important for the collector. This one's super accessible for any collector and can only really see one way up. You know, these early illustration rares are awesome and they always bring good vibes to collectors, so definitely consider adding this to your collection. Now, moving number 4 on the list, it is Paldea Evolved 3-pack blisters. No, I understand that it's not a card, but for the price that these are at, it would be kind of silly not to grab a few. Now, I always rate 3-pack blisters because as a lot of collectors down the road, they won't probably have the budget to buy booster boxes, as some booster boxes exceed 500 US. They also have like a great insurance as they are protected within their packaging. And I touch on Pokemon investments that I always avoid in this video here, and I mention how I don't like loose packs, though 3-pack blisters are incredible. Now, you see, Paldea Evolved is shaping up to be one of the best sets of Generation 9, and we are halfway through Scarlet and Violet era, but the Magikarp from Paldea Evolved is already looking to be one of the fan favorites. As the years go on, stock for Paldea Evolved will run dry and a lot of people will take their chances to try and pull the Magikarp. And these 3-pack blisters will be a great option to try and hit the Magikarp. So definitely look at grabbing a few of these. Now, sitting at number 3, it is the Pikachu Pokemon Center stamped promo. Now, this is only found in Paldea Evolved Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs. And to be honest, it's actually kind of a weird promo for Paldea Evolved. It kind of feels just wedged in there, but hey, it is Pikachu. Now, if you're a collector, you should be aware of the heavy hitters. Heavy hitters is a term for cards that have huge collector audiences, right? Pikachu, Charizard, Umbreon, Rayquaza. These are your heavy hitters. They have an enormous audience collecting them and a wide range of dedicated fans who try and collect every card. Not only that, but Pikachu is the mascot of Pokemon, and this artwork is 10 out of 10, and it also shows off the Gen 9 starter trio. I really rate it, but my opinions aside, this card with the Pokemon Center stamped promo is a real winner, and this is an easy pickup. Definitely consider adding this one to your collection. Now, squeezing in at 2nd place, it is Crown Zenith 3-pack blisters. The fact that these are still available is a joke. This will not last long. There is no way in hell. All the gold stars are booming out of control. They are literally going berserk. They are climbing to incredible heights. And guess what? That means the packs and the sealed product are going to have to climb too. Crown Zenith is the greatest set Pokemon has ever released, and that is not an overstatement. Man, look at the cards. It literally has everything. It has Leafeon, Glaceon, Deoxys. It has the gold cards from Generation 4. It is stacked with absolutely incredible cards, and it's honestly crazy that you can still pick up Crown Zenith at retail price. If you really want a heavy winner, it's this right there. There's nothing quite like Crown Zenith, and 3-pack blisters are a great way to rip packs open, and they are also a super liquid product that just fly off shelves. This is a golden opportunity to grab these, as there's going to be only so much time left where Crown Zenith is still in stock. And you know what? When this does sell out, good luck, because this will be the greatest set from the Sword and Shield era. Now, number 1 goes to none other than this banger of a card, the Yveltal from Paradox Rift. What a card, man. What a card. This card's artwork is gorgeous, and of course it is a box legendary, as it is one of the box legendaries of Generation 6. This card just hits different, and I'm incredibly surprised at the price. It's very affordable and one that is easily accessible for nearly every collector. The price point is incredibly consumer friendly. I mean, we have seen how Magikarp just took a turn upwards. Yveltal and Groudon can also see some growth, though given the consumer friendly price point, I can't see this one not growing as the years go on. It reminds me of the Celebi V from Fusion Strike. I mean, throughout Sword and Shield, it was just in the shadows, and even though it's not at that point of Celebi V yet, it's still doing its thing of being a silent achiever, though this card has real growth potential. You know, I love cards like these because it fits within the underrated category. As I already said, the key to mastering the art of Pokemon investing is picking cards before they explode. I mean, dude, it is no good to buy when they've grown. You've effectively missed out on the profit. The art is about selecting the right right cards at the right time. Though it really does make you wonder, what are some other cards that will grow in the future? Well, I do have the answer for that. So here's another 10 cards that are set to explode, and I have linked the video for you right here. Click here on the screen and I'll see you in that video, guys.